Hello everybody and welcome back to another online Chinese history class with me, Tony. Last class we reviewed the tyrant Di Xin and talked about the story of the person who started the Zhou tribe, Ji Qi. Qi, if you remember, means abandoned. We also talked about Ji Chang, the leader of the Zhou tribe when Di Xin was ruling. Ji Chang decided that the Shang Dynasty had to end, so he set out to find a military strategist, a military general who could train his army and defeat a giant dynasty. One day he passed by a river with a bunch of his bodyguards. He saw an old man sitting on the ground with a fishing rod fishing the river. He had a long beard that was snow white, and so was his hair. But that wasn't too strange. But then Ji Chang noticed that a thing was indeed strange. The old man's fishing rod was not bent at all, and there was no bait on the end of the fishing rod as well. The old man wasn't moving at all, and he looked like he was just waiting for the fish to turn up and stab themselves onto the hook. Isn't that bizarre? This intrigued Ji Chang. He wondered what the old man was thinking and why he was fishing like that. The white-haired fishing old man didn't even react when he and his bodyguards walked near him. The bodyguards thought that it was very rude not to acknowledge someone. Nonetheless, the leader of the tribal area they're in. Hey, one of the guards probably said, "You're looking at the leader of the Zhou tribe here. Show some respect." However, the white-haired fishing old man didn't move at all. The guards became very, very mad, but Ji Chang was okay with it and told him to stand down. He was curious about this old man. He asked why the old man was fishing without the rod being bent and without bait. The old man said, "Fish will come to me of their own will and their own want when they are ready." Ji Chang was even more intrigued now and started talking with the old man and explaining that he needed a military strategist. He had a feeling that this old man was very wise enough to be able to overthrow the Shang Dynasty. The old man then started talking with Ji Chang about military tactics and strategies, and he was shocked by how much this old man knew. In this case, Ji Chang was the fish. He came to the old man of his own will and want. The white-haired fishing old man's name was Shang, otherwise known as Ziya. Ziya became the main military strategist for the Zhou tribe. With his help, Ji Chang rallied more troops, accelerated the speed of forging weapons and obtaining new ones, and got more food for the soldiers. Ziya trained some other soldiers and people to become generals and made them train their troops and create strategies for battles. Ji Chang started conquering and taking over land and tribes that the Shang Dynasty owned, and after a couple of years, the Zhou tribe had more land than the Shang Dynasty. My, how the table was half turned. However, before Ji Chang could start invading the actual Shang Dynasty cities, he got sick and died. His son, Ji Fa, became the leader of Zhou. Ji Fa was also a good leader. He inherited his father's ambition and fighting spirit. Ji Fa decided to wait a little bit and gather more troops and form more strategies with Ziya. He also needed to gather intel about the Shang Dynasty's army. After he got all the prep work done, Ji Chang decided that they were ready, and it was time to confront Di Xin and take down the Shang Dynasty once and for all. Ji Fa led about 50,000 troops with Jiang Ziya as the main general of the army. Di Xin led about 75,000 troops. Of course, the Shang Dynasty had more troops in their army. However, half of the Shang Dynasty's army was made up of slaves and prisoners from other tribes who were poorly trained and poorly armored. When the battle started, the prisoners and slaves immediately turned back on the Shang Dynasty army and betrayed them. The Shang Dynasty was the real enemy here. The Shang Dynasty's army lost immediately. Di Xin saw this total defeat and knew that there was no hope left for the Shang Dynasty to win. So he made some fire and jumped into it, killing himself. The Shang Dynasty ended this time around 1046 BCE, and the Zhou tribe rose and became the Zhou Dynasty. That's it for today. See you all next time.